One of the things, and I'm sure you get this all the time, and Trudy is on the telephone with us. We also got an email question from Sue along these lines. Trudy, good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Very good, thank you. I understand you have a pending case. Is that right?
Yes, I do, actually. My best friend had her fireplace blow up in her face about 4 years ago, and her 6-year-old son saw the whole thing.
Right.
Oh, dear.
She had to have reconstructive surgery,
Mm-hmm.
and she got a lawyer right away, and I had to, like, I drove her to all of her appointments, doctor's appointments.
How's she doing now?
Lawyer, she's in horrible shape.
Oh, dear.
Right.
And the thing is, like, she got the lawyer right away to sue the company because it was a faulty fireplace.
Right.
But her lawyer hasn't done anything yet. He never calls her to update her with anything. She has to chase him down. He never gives her a straight answer. Is 4 years really an acceptable time frame? And I mean, like, I also heard earlier, like you mentioned, the time frame within to file the actual case. He waited until 2 weeks before the deadline to file her case through the court system.
Right.
Okay. There are a lot of questions contained within that, and it kind of goes along with our email or our Facebook question. How long do injury lawsuits normally take? I think that, you know, a lot of people don't understand the process to a degree. So, and now it may be that the lawyer in this case is lollygagging a bit, but who knows, right?
Yeah, it sounds, again, like it may just be a communication problem with the lawyer rather than the lawyer hasn't done anything. Starting the lawsuit close to the 2-year mark is not unusual. And the reason for that is it's hard to start the lawsuit until you know how serious the case is and what the damages are going to be. If your friend had made a miraculous recovery, you'd have a different type of case than the one it sounds like she has, which is probably quite catastrophic.
Right.
And so waiting till the 2-year mark, as long as you don't miss it, isn't the end of the world, and it's very common, and I certainly do it in appropriate cases.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I mean, that isn't necessarily
There's a
problem.
reason for doing that.
That's right.
Yeah.
The other thing that you know, you're asking is, once you start, how long does it take? Well, I mean, a lot of cases do take years to get through the system. I mean, collecting medical records can take months and months, and you can't really do anything until you have medical records. You know, scheduling discoveries, which is one of the first steps, that's where the other lawyer gets to ask you questions, and I get to ask the other, you know, in this case it would be the fireplace company, questions. Just scheduling that when you've got lawyers with busy schedules can take months. You know, I scheduled discoveries today that might be 6 months from now. So the process takes time, and I know it's frustrating, but
that's simply the way it operates.
I mean, it doesn't mean we don't settle cases fast. I have lots of cases that settle within a year of the accident, but it's got to be the right case. The more serious the case, in most situations, the longer it's going to take. So that's something to think about. Now, the court in Ontario does control this a little bit. If your case hasn't been set down for trial, and what that means is if you haven't asked for a trial date within 2 years, they'll send you a letter saying you need to have a schedule to get this thing done. So the court does control it a little bit.
Right. I think it's just frustrating for people who want to see their cases settled, who want to move on, and it just takes, in many cases, a long time.
Well, that's right. And I mean, one of the things that I think we've said before in segments is you can have a fast settlement or a fair settlement, but you can't have both. So if you want something fast, you're not going to get top dollar.
No.
But the real thing for Trudy's friend, I think, is maybe to improve the communication with her lawyer. And a lot of times you can do that by making the law clerk your friend, because the lawyer's out of the office most of the time, right? So buddy up with the assistant or the law clerk, and he or she will tell you what stage the case is at.
Right. And sometimes it gets adversarial, and it's just not pleasant.
Oh, yeah, no. You don't want to fight with your lawyer.
There's some great information on the table in front of us. 2 booklets that you can get free of charge, and you can sign up for a newsletter, right?
Yeah, we have a monthly newsletter. It's free. We have about 2,000 subscribers. We're always looking for more. It's got safety information, personal injury information, pictures of my kids.
Yeah. That's right. You want to see pictures of Brenda kids.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
They're a hockey player. One of them's a hockey player.
Both of them.
Both
yep.
of them?
And yeah, November's issue has pictures of them in their hockey.
Listen, some
equipment.
great information in those booklets as well. I've got them both in my desk, and it's very an interesting world.